Guys, welcome to another video. It's Raz here. Let's just dive into this video, guys. Very important video. Try and watch this one to the end, guys. It's really important. The Liver King has been exposed. Okay, the Liver King has been exposed. Guys, who was the Liver King? Guys, if you don't know by now, he's all over social media, alright? The Liver King was a fitness influencer, alright? Jacked to his nines, right? Huge. He sold himself on eating raw liver, okay, following the tenets, okay, the 5 tenets, these kind of stoic tenets. He eats liver, he walks about with his top off and just like shorts on, out into the wilderness, okay, living kind of like back to the this kind of like rough lifestyle, caveman lifestyle, okay, and he has thousands of people watching him, thousands of men that follow him, and he was a massive influencer. Also, he generated 100 million business, so selling the supplements, etc, etc. And then recently he's been exposed because throughout all this he claimed it was hard work, him natural, just through eating liver, guys, okay, and walking out in the fresh air. Okay, right, but anyway, this is what he used to claim. He had millions of followers, from young, probably middle-aged men, to young men, to people who are into fitness, people like myself that train every day, maybe watched him and said, wow, you know, this guy's something different. But now he's obviously been caught, and he came out recently in an apology video, and he's apologized for lying, okay, and he gave his reasons of why he didn't tell the truth. And part of those reasons, I'm not going to dive into it, but part of those reasons was, you know, he was training so hard 2 times a day. Also, combined with his age, he was struggling. So he took something to help him train harder, all right? But why couldn't he have said that at the start? And the reason why he couldn't have said that at the start, guys, was like a lot of things happening in the fitness industry now, and a lot of these massive famous fitness influencers, guys, is because I'm not sugarcoating on this channel, because he is making money, okay? He is making money, and part of that image was to boost his business and to make money. And this is why he didn't come out with that. He's only come out with that because of exposure by certain people on YouTube, and exposure of people sort of examining him, like Derek from More Plates, More Dates. You must know who Derek is now. Fantastic channel, guys, on kind of all fitness things. And Derek kind of sort of started revealing things, and then it was dug in more, and then obviously he's been exposed, so he had felt the pressure of coming out and telling the truth. So it was always about marketing himself. So he had to market himself a certain way to sell more supplements. And and if this wasn't the case, guys, if you look at him before he was a CrossFitter, and he already had a supplements business, but the supplements business was never hitting the amount of money that he was making as this persona of the Liver King, okay, eating liver, following the tenets, as I said, right? And guys are following this, and so he's apologized, but his apology always he took onus off himself and focus on himself, and he keeps bringing back in that video, guys, the onus of, you know, there's so many men taking their own lives, there's so many men under depression, but that's got nothing to do with the fact that he's got this major following on Instagram, this major following all over the world, and he's blatantly lied. So men have been following him, young men, middle-aged men, men into fitness, have been blatantly frauded because he has not been a natural, and he was claiming that he was doing things through natural ways. So how are these men going to feel, guys? All right, so here's a guy that claims he's a masculine male, masculinity, he's the ultimate alpha male, and now he has been exposed as he's not the ultimate alpha male. He's just used performance enhancing drugs and to fabricate an image to sell these things. And guys, in no way have I made this video to berate the guy. That's not my intention of making this video. Get to my point of making this video. The reason I'm saying this is it's not just the Liver King that is guilty of this. There is lots of fitness influencers right now in the social media industry and Instagram and everything, all these kind of social media channels. The more and more I'm looking at this, I had to make a video on this because it's getting epidemic now, guys, all right? Guys are going to be following these guys, men that are going to be doing better with themselves, improving their self-improvement, their self-development. I'm assuming that's why you watch channels like mine. I'm always trying to be honest with you guys. I'm always trying to give you value of things I've been through. That's why I would never say something to you that I've not been through myself and had personal experience from it that I could give you advice on. Whereas this guy, he's used PEDs and he's been claiming himself as natural. Now, that's blatantly lying to you men out there, guys. All right, it's giving you a false image of his masculinity. Right, it's giving you a false image of him as an alpha male, and that's what he was trying to get across. Right, and I'll tell you something, guys. When you train naturally, it's severely difficult. Yes, and he's correct. The older you get, it's severely difficult, guys. It's harder and harder and harder because your recovery, everything from you've got to work even harder to put muscle on. You don't get those newbie gains. And he's correct in that. He's correct in that. It gets harder and harder and harder. Now, this guy's claiming he trained 2 hours twice a day. Okay, 2 hours twice a day. Okay, and that's why he had to go on PDs. But why not just say that from the start? Because he had to create a false image, guys, to sell. So his intention wasn't to help masculine men create a sense of masculinity, to guide men to masculinity and to better themselves and to get away from depression and to get away from mental health, like he claims in that apology video. And he's still doing it, guys. He's went on to podcasts after that, claiming, every time he was asked on that, he suddenly diverts to, there's so many men out there taking their lives in depression and dying of depression and with a big beard, and so he completely diverts off the fact that he's lied to millions of people. He's made 100 million of a falsity of how he's got those gains, all right. And I'm saying again, I'm not criticizing the guy, guys. I'm giving you the facts of it. This is what he's done, all right. And so what's my point here? My point is, guys, you guys out there that care about your personal development and you're trying to be better men, i.e. that's what this channel's for, i.e. you're trying to be better men through your fitness, you're trying to be better men through your finances, you're trying to be better men through your mind, all the tenets and the polarity of masculinity, guys, right? To get masculine polarity, you need to have all these things in balance, all right? And that's what it's about. So when you're watching guys like this, and he's not the only one, guys, I'm going to have to say it, right, because I don't sugarcoat in this channel. I'm not going to sugarcoat in this channel, guys, all right? He's not the only one. The Rock is another culprit. Dwayne Johnson is another big... I used to like him, but the more and more I watch him, I dislike him. The more and more I think he's selling... he's just selling such falsity out in social media just now. He's also, I don't think he's completely genuine in his image, and this is not to berate the guy. I wouldn't do that. I don't believe in berating other men. As to give direction on why I'm telling you men out there to be careful on the fitness industry at the moment. He's not 100% genuine in what he says either, guys, all right. Now, if anybody that's trained in fitness, especially weight training, in a gym over a long period of time, they're going to know, right, from looking at that guy, he's been assisted by something, right? When I first heard of this Liver King, I'd only heard of him for the last 2 or 3 months ago, okay, because one of the guys that I watch in economics mentioned him. He says he's quite a funny guy, he likes him, and I looked at the guy, and I knew straight away he was on performance-enhancing drugs, guys. And when I first saw The Rock, I knew he was on performance-enhancing drugs. Aside from the nonsense he talks about, how hard he trains and focus and all that, yeah, he is funny when he does his videos, but I knew he was on performance-enhancing drugs, taking into account his age, taking into account his filming schedule, taking into account I've trained 12 or 13 years of my life, guys. I've done it all naturally, and I keep putting on muscle. I put my money where my mouth is. If you want to check my shorts out, go and check my shorts out, guys. You'll see what I lift, and I'm kind of in my 40s age range. I'm not going to tell you my age, but I continuously keep getting stronger because I've spent 12 or 13 years doing it naturally, okay? So, and just to make a point, Do not listen to the false information out there about you cannot grow muscle beyond a certain age. It's absolute nonsense, guys. It's about hard work. It's about belief and mindset. All right. So you have to be very, very careful, guys, as men, right? With these fake social media influencers out there, these fake, especially fitness social media influencers out there, because it's rife. It's rife, guys. Okay, everybody's got a 6-week program. Everybody's a masculine male. Their masculinity, they train 5 days a week. They're ripped, they're cut, they're jacked. Okay, you have to be very careful, guys, about getting guidance in that industry and who you get guidance off, and where you get your information off in the fitness industry, because it's very dangerous. All right, it's very dangerous, and these people are giving you such false goals and false unrealistic well, I can't get the word out, unrealistic guidelines to where you can go. Now, in saying that, guys, I like the kind of delusional sense of that you can do something, all right? So unrealistic is good within reason, okay? But these guys live in a false pretense of what's realistic and unrealistic, so they give you really unrealistic falsities in what they tell you of what you can achieve in terms of your physical gains, because they're all in peds and they don't admit it. And this is dangerous for you men out there, guys, all right, because you're never going to reach the level these guys are on. You're going to keep getting misinformation off these guys, because they're all using peds. And the problem with people using peds is, I'm not saying that I haven't got experience in using in training, but when you take performance enhancing drugs, guys, it gives you an edge, okay, right? You don't have the same level of injuries, you don't have the same level of time it takes to make gains as somebody natural. So you're going to give natural people false information and false timelines and false guidance. You're going to do that, okay, because you're being assisted by drugs. And the Liver King has basically shown that. He's probably been influenced all these people eat liver and walk around and train, and you're going to get like a size like mine, right? Whereas to a natural person, he'll eat liver and he'll go about trying to do the 5 ancestral tenets, and he won't be the size of Liver King, and he'll just keep doing this and following Liver King, and 4 years down the line he won't have made any gains or gotten anywhere with his fitness. So and what's that going to do for you as a masculine male? If you're trying to achieve masculinity, if you're trying to get the best physique you can, it's going to send you down the wrong direction, guys. The wrong road, guys. All right, and you don't want to do that. All right, so you need to be very careful with false fitness influencers, guys, in general, in terms of your masculinity. Okay, it's very dangerous for your masculinity, and and there's more and more coming out. And The Rock really needs to expose himself, guys. I'm just going to say that he's need to come out and admit he's on PEDs, because you're going to get the same thing. He's got such a massive following, and he should really come out and admit he's on PEDs, all right, and that he's not natural, because he's just giving another false impression of this highly masculine alpha male, whereas he's using PEDs to achieve that kind of image. And he just needs to come out like the Liver King and do an apology video and just tell everybody how he's doing all this training with only 4 hours sleep, etc, etc. Guys, it's just be very careful in anything you do with fitness, any fitness influencers you follow. Just do your reading, guys. Get the experience in the gym by trial and error. Get the experience by going through your training naturally, and you'll see and you'll learn by default what's possible and what's not possible. Nothing's impossible, guys. You can really achieve a fantastic physique down the line, and you can continue to put on muscle, guys, right? Over 40s. It's nonsense. You can do it. Okay, it's about your mindset. People have a bad mindset. the young millennium generation have a very bad mindset. I was talking to a guy the other day in the gym, and his mindset is just terrible for a guy in his 20s. You know, he says, oh, when you get to that age, you do this and you do that. I says, who says? You know, that's your belief system, it's not mine. So, Liver King being exposed, guys. Learn off this. Learn about fake influencers. Learn about fake alpha males out there, or like people that are trying to come across masculine through these kind of doctrines and these kind of ways of life, but they're being assisted through performance enhancing drugs. It's very dangerous to your growth, guys. All right, seek people in the fitness industry that are truthful. Seek people in the fitness industry that really know what they're talking about. Seek people in the fitness industry that have trained for a very long time. Feel free to contact me if you want some advice on it. Feel free to look at my shorts. I'll put a lot more shorts up of me training just to show you guys that I don't talk nonsense. I'll put my money where my mouth is. I lift a lot of weight, guys, and I'll continue to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And that just shows you can get stronger into your latter years, all right? It's just about time and patience. So guys, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. The channel's growing. I want to thank everybody who's subscribing to the channel. Try and watch these videos through to the end, guys, because it helps me out as well, all right? You're going to get some good advice. You're going to get some honest advice, all right? So guys, be careful who you watch in the fitness industry. Be careful who you follow as a fitness influencer, all right? And just be careful and just be aware of that as a man, and about your development and who you follow to develop yourself. All right, and saying that, guys, I will leave it here. Thanks for watching with this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Shiraz out. See you soon in the next video. Take care.